Alright, since I'm making some videos, let me talk about another part of owning a Tesla. So if you notice up here, there's driver profile settings. There's myself, my wife, and then there's what's called easy entry. So let's click on here and look at the profile settings. You can have different drivers, and each driver you can turn on easy entry, which I'll get onto in a minute. But each driving profile will affect things like whether or not your screen's in, I think, dark mode or light mode, the wheel position, the position of the steering wheel, the position of the seat. Just like most cars nowadays, even most gas cars have some kind of memory profiles for seats, and you can activate them on the doors. Tesla has the same thing, but very specifically I want to talk about easy entry, which you can turn on. And I didn't know how to work it the first few times, so I keep adjusting my seat, and every time I drive I feel like the seat is doing something different. So easy entry is essentially its own separate profile, driving profile, and it's meant for to be shared, I believe, and it's just for getting into and out of the car. So let me show what happens when I put my foot on the gas. When I put my foot on the gas, it's gonna, the gas, not even the gas, it's an accelerator. When I put my foot on the brake though, when I put my foot on the brake, this is what's gonna turn it to my driving profile, based on the fact that my phone is the key and it knows that I am the driver in the seat. If I press the brake, you see that it swapped to my profile. You can probably hear the noise. You can see the wheel move. You can probably even hear my seat move. I know you can't see me. Let me see if I can adjust this video a little bit. We'll focus not so much on the screen, but maybe on how things move. A very unflattering angle. But so I'm sitting lower, I'm sitting a little bit farther back, the wheel is out more, and if I swap to easy entry, everything's moving. The seat has moved backwards, it has pivoted up, the wheel has pushed in and gone up as much as possible, and that allows me to get in and out of this car much easier. The Model 3 is a very low to the ground car. Instead of getting into it directly or kind of hopping up into it like you would a van, you kind of step down into it as you would any other probably small sedan. So in order to do that, I find sometimes if I have my cell phone in my pocket a lot, it gets caught on the steering wheel. So I've had to adjust the easy entry profile to allow more room for me to get in and out. Now, how do you adjust the profile? You simply go into, we notice that easy entry is set up. Let me zoom back in on the screen. Give me 1 second here. So if we look at, if you go to your main control panel and you look at controls, you can adjust the mirrors using this left scroll wheel as it indicates here. You can adjust the steering wheel. So again, using the left scroll wheel. So if I spin the dial upwards, it will move the wheel up, and you should be able to see that here. It didn't have much room to go up, so I'm gonna spin it down. So being this is the easy entry profile, I want the wheel up as much as possible. Right now I'm using the scroll wheel to push the wheel out. That's not what I want for easy entry, but this is kind of how it adjusts. So for easy entry, I push the wheel all the way into the dash. And so you can customize and give yourself as much space as possible to get into the car, and then you save that as a profile. And it's very important that you make those adjustments while it says easy entry. Now, if I put my foot on the brake, again, it's supposed to activate my driving profile, but since I manually changed it, I guess it didn't. So now I'm in my own driving profile. I would make the same changes to mirrors, steering wheel, seat height that I made to easy entry, only this time I'm making it so that it's ready for me to drive. And so when you turn off your car and you open the door, typically it goes to easy entry, but I think I kind of messed it up since I've been toggling it. Let's see if I can hop out of the car and get it to do that again. Let's see if I can get it to behave. Okay, so easy entry is enabled. I was able to get in very easily. The wheel is up and the seat is back. And again, if I put my foot on the brake pedal, it knows that I'm driving. It has changed my profile, and you see the adjustments that have been made yet again to put me in the driving position that I prefer. So that's probably a way too long video, but it took me a while to understand what was happening. I didn't realize that easy entry was not just its own profile, but one that I could configure. When I first turned it on, I thought it would make a lot of these changes automatically, and it didn't. So I do recommend using easy entry, and just remember that when you make those changes to the wheel position, the seat position, that those are stored and saved in that profile, and you should use that for when you want to get into and out of the car. And then you should make separate adjustments for your actual driving profile to set the wheel height and the seat position, the mirror positioning, everything, so that it's exactly the way you want it when you're actually driving. Thank you. Like and subscribe.